Guest is the star of, quite simply, the biggest TV show on planet Earth, and whose own world has become the upside down since her breakout performance on Netflix, Anne with an E, inspiring a whole generation of actors and winning millions of followers along the way. Would you please welcome from Letterkenny via Hawkins, Indiana, Amybeth McNulty. Welcome to the show. How you doing?
Thank you very much. I'm very honoured to be here. I'm so excited.
We're very excited to have you, and huge congrats on all your success. Anne with an E, Stranger Things. It's been a fair journey so far, from and Green on up in Letterkenny. It
has indeed. It's been a weird couple of years.
It's been an amazing couple of years. What's it like joining a juggernaut like Stranger Things?
Oh, it's insane. I feel like a little cog in this very, very massive machine that I've been a fan of since I first watched the show week season 1 came out. So I've been there. I've been invested since the beginning. So
it was 3 seasons before you joined.
So
you were a proper fan before.
I was watching it as a fan of the show. I loved it. And so I also got what I think would be my dream role to play in it as well, which would be Robin's girlfriend, which is quite nice.
I mean, it is amazing. So you're playing Vicky, who's Robin's girlfriend. We have a little clip here.
Yes.
This is you in action doing your stuff.
These are not hallucinations.
Okay, so let's recap. There is a dark wizard who is stealing children and putting them in a dream world.
Right. Vicky! The Earth has split in 4. The military has taken over our town. Is what I'm saying really so insane? Bad shit.
Shows like Stranger Things, there's a lot of secrecy around the audition process. Did you even know that you were auditioning for it?
No, they didn't say what it was. I knew. I was a really big fan of the show. So
okay, you worked it out.
There was enough in it for me to sleuth it and be like, yeah, I understand what this is. So this would be Robin's love interest, and then that would be Steve, and this is like, I did look a bit insane actually, now that I think about it. But I was invested. I knew what I was doing. So I think I had a bit of luck in that way, because I was like, oh, I know what the show likes. I know the pacing. I think I have an idea of how I could do this and maybe make it look good. But I didn't think that I would get cast in any sort of world. So
you sent that audition away, and then just do you forget about auditions sometimes when you're doing them? That's done.
You say you do.
Okay.
You say you do, but you don't. I think I was saying like, oh yeah, no, don't even remember saying that at all. That's not a thing that crossed my mind. And you're thinking about it every single night. And I got a call like a month and a bit later. When I was in quarantine for another movie, so I was like a week into being alone in a house, which is already sounding a bit loopy, and I get the call and I'm like screaming, crying down the phone, and lost my mind a little bit.
I mean,
cool.
I know it was a big deal for you. I know it was also a big deal for your family, who supported you from a very, very early age.
It was.
And it was one of the last auditions that your mum and dad got to see.
Yeah. So my parents passed away. I know. Very sad. I know I'm worth thank you very much, but it's okay. It was like the last audition that they knew that I did. So there was something quite exciting. I got it after 2 of them had passed away. But there was something quite exciting about it that I was kind of like, they said they had a good feeling about it, and they were right. And that was quite nice for me. So because
they really, really helped you. I mean, whenever you got Anne with an E, they went to Canada with you?
Yes. Yeah, they did. They did everything. I mean, from the age of 10, they're like driving me everywhere I need to go, but they moved with me to Canada, lived in Toronto with me, which is mental to do for anything. And I was very, very lucky that they were retired and they were able to do that for me. But they really would, they said they would do anything for me, and they did. It was really, really kind. I'll always appreciate it.
I was reading somewhere there were 1,800 people up for that role.
Yeah.
That is, like, looking back on that now, because you completely nailed it and made that your own. But how did it feel at the time?
I was 14. Like, I think kids are so amazing in the way that they can compartmentalize things because I don't think I realized what was happening. I don't think you do as a kid. You have this sort of confidence where you're just like, all right, I'll just go into it because I have to. That's enough to get you through. And whereas nowadays I'm, standing behind the curtain before I come on here, absolutely shaken. But I think that was what got me through it, is just having this childhood wonder of, well, it's never going to happen anyway, so I might as well have fun with it.
But there was a childhood wonder, but there was also that childhood passion from an early age. I know you've spoken about being in Letterkenny and theatre being almost like a safe space for you.
Everything to me. I used to do a lot of stuff at Anne Green in theatre in Letterkenny. Shout out to those guys. They did everything.
I mean, it's an amazing theatre. I've done stand-up up there, and there's some places that you go to, and they're just a room. But that place and backstage, it really does feel like a proper community, doesn't it?
You know what it feels like?
Yeah.
There is like a real sense of family there. Like I used to live on a farm, and so the Wi-Fi wasn't good enough to send my self-tapes. So I would have to go up to Anne Green and go up to the RCC behind, and they would send off my self-tapes for me. Like, that's how much of a community it is. Like, the fact I'm doing this now is all down to them. That's all thanks to them. They used to joke out of bed under the stage in there. I lived in that place. And it was my safe zone. It was my school. It was my learning. It was my family. It was everything.
And so to go from sort of a small, tight-knit bunch, who are really on your side, like you now have, is it 7 million followers on Instagram alone? What's that like with all those eyeballs?
It's weird. I think when I was a kid, there was a lot of community that I found in it, because I think I was an only child in the middle of Donegal. Do you know what I mean? I liked talking to people online and making friends and having this community and having access to so many places in the world, like Brazil, that I would never even think to communicate with people from there. And then I think now I have a little bit more of a fear towards it, maybe, but maybe I think it's a protection of myself. And I think especially after, some of my family members passing away, I have a very big thing in my head of wanting to be in the moment, be present and be with people and speak face to face and eye contact. Because I think that's what we're here for, is human connection. So I think sometimes I try and leave the phone aside if I can.
Yeah, and just that's that world.
Yeah.
How much bigger and more intense did that get after Stranger Things in terms of the interactions and all that?
Yeah, a lot. I live in London now, and I remember I was like getting on the tube to go see a friend of mine, and I was getting recognised, like it was right, left and centre, and I didn't know what was happening. I was very confused. But it shows you, that show is everything to me as it is to the fans of the show still. I'm still a fan of the show. So I can understand, but also for me, it's a very strange circumstance to be in. It doesn't feel very real, I don't think.
I know that representation is very important to you. Talk to me about the love story between Vicky and Robin and the reaction that you've got to that.
Oh, it's everything. It's everything. I think it's funny. I grew up as a queer kid in Donegal, and I kind of had an experience of it. I came out online when I was like 16, 17, said I was bisexual, and we had people in my hometown going up to my parents going, "Oh, I'm so sorry to hear about your daughter," right? And I'm going, right, okay, fair enough, nothing to apologise for. So it gives me more of an invigoration when I do roles like this and when I'm able to do things like this, never mind on such a big platform as this, which is still crazy to me. And it's wanting to do it justice and do it right for kids like me growing up. I think it's important. And I think, especially when the queer storyline is a part of their chapter whilst they're dealing with monsters, and you are in the 80s, and there's all these other things going on. It doesn't have to be about that. It's just a part of it. And I think that's ideal. I like that a lot.
There are a lot of people who are losing their tiny minds now that Stranger Things is over.
I know.
But for you, I'm assuming that this is a really exciting time. Yeah. I'm assuming there's lots of other offers. Can you tell us what's maybe coming? No,
I can't say. I'm going to do that actor thing where I'm like, oh yeah, there's so many things, I can't tell you anything about it.
Okay.
We will see, I promise. But yeah, it's an exciting chapter that's closed, but there are things on the horizon. That'll be very good.
I don't think I'm going to be winning any awards as a as a fortune teller for saying that. I think there are more big things ahead for you. Thank you so much for coming to see us.
Thank you.
You can see Amybeth in Stranger Things and a behind-the-scenes documentary, One Last Adventure, streaming on Netflix. Amybeth McNulty. Thank you so much. Thank you.